Hello, Governor. Welcome to IMHO.
In my homosexual opinion.
I'm Darby Baird.
I'm Alexis B. Bubbles. The P stands for Pink, Tickled. We're tickled pink that you're here with us today, where we'll be discussing Drag Race UK. Now, Darby, there is something that has happened this past week that I need to address and discuss. So,
I know exactly
with
what you're about to
respect, may I have the floor for just a few brief moments?
Absolutely. You know, when things like this happen, it is so important that we give it the time, the honor that it deserves.
Listen, we are a chat review show.
We're a news show.
But we need to discuss this very important moment in pop culture, which is the season finale
Officer Metzger
reunion part 3
of Murder, She Wrote died.
Of Real Housewives of Beverly
Murder,
Hills.
She Wrote in a week.
Now, what I have to say might get me in trouble.
No!
It might give me some hot water.
Okay.
Lisa Rinna
is a god.
Has lost it, and I'll say this. Has she ever had it?
Yes.
I question this to you. Well, you having seen her early seasons.
You're so wrong.
You haven't seen the late. No. You haven't. I've done the legwork. You haven't. You haven't seen the last few seasons. Let me ask you this before you. No.
Harry Hamlin.
That's fine. Harry's not a part of this. In fact, I love that they were in Veronica Mars together. I'm gonna say this. Lisa has always done the exact same thing, and has it ever worked? I just want to ask that question. She has always brought up some kind of something, made her look like the victim, had amnesia as to what it was or what she said or what she did.
She says a lie.
Held it, beat that dead horse all the way until the reunion. And finally, every single time, they're like, can you please let it go? And she's like, I'm letting it go now. I'm letting it go now. It has never worked the way she has wanted it to work. It's never been effective. It is no longer good TV. Was it ever?
Yeah, it was great. Come on, we loved Rinna.
You have not
seen... No. I'm not saying today's Rinna. But don't act like you've never been a Rinna fan. You absolutely have.
I'll say this.
And when Rinna followed me, you were excited.
Yes, of course. Of course. But let me say this. In today's world, going back and rewatching what she did to Kim, what she did to Yolanda, all of it, on and on.
What everyone did to Yolanda, let's be honest, that was tough. That was
That
was so unnecessary.
Gross.
Girls.
Now, I'm not saying Kathy's right, because I'm sure Kathy did
is lying.
Did do one of the things she's accused of. I'm sure she did.
She say faggot?
Well,
we hope
being close to the faggot community.
Yeah.
I'm gonna forgive her that one. I don't think if she said anything else, that's forgivable.
But honestly, we deserve it, Kathy.
Yes. Here's what I'll say about Kathy and Kim. Kathy and Kyle.
Kathy and Kim.
We don't know what's going on with their history. Obviously, we don't know the pressures of being on a TV show and having to produce parts of your lives to make it bigger, to make it more interesting.
That's kind of what we do.
Kyle, all she needed to do, not only for Kathy's sake, but for the audience, because Kyle's the last one. Kyle and Teresa are the very last originals. Geez. All Kyle had to do was say, hey, Bobbsy twins, shut the fuck up and let me handle my shit with my sister. You two, stop. That's all she had to do. She didn't have to say Kathy was right, Rinna was right. She didn't have to say anything. All she had to do was say, hey, shut up. That's still my family you're trying to take down. I don't usually like to make these declarations.
You do, though.
I think Rinna and Erica have run their time. And I won't even mention Diane. Garcelle and Sutton are my favorites. I like Crystal. And that's my thoughts on the reunion. I need a big cast shakeup next year. I need a big cast shakeup.
Do you think we're going to get one just like we're getting with New York, where they just replace everybody?
No.
That'd be fun.
Because Garcelle is perfect, and Garcelle needs a bit of redemption. They really fucked her over this season, and you could tell. And honestly, Andy could tell. I heard he apologized to her, which he should have.
I saw on Twitter. Listen, I didn't watch any of this, but I love Twitter. I saw on Twitter that he apologized to Garcelle after the fan backlash.
Yes, and that's not okay. And I'm not saying that's good for Andy. All of it is not okay. That she's getting these apologies after.
I support you. Okay.
You did this to me. You made me who I am.
No, don't blame me for this. Thank you for sharing all of that.
I'm really sorry to get so heavy. I needed to get it off my chest because it just happened.
I need you to know that I live too close to Miss Lisa Rinna, and I love her so much that
I love her as a human.
If I run into her, when I run into Harry Hamlin, my loyalty is with them.
Rinna as a human, I'm sure, is very wonderful. I like that she's a good mom. I like that she dances or whatever. She does her dancing. As a character on this TV show, she certainly didn't do it for me these last 2 seasons. And I question as to whether she ever did do it for me.
You're affected by TV deeply, and I appreciate that about you.
You have a husband. I have nothing.
Yeah, that's true. Did you see, you're not on social media right now, but Lisa Rinna. So this week, the real news that we need to talk about, Leslie Jordan died.
Oh,
we lost Leslie Jordan.
He
was driving his little car, had a little health problem, and boom, 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 gone.
He was so young. He was only 67.
I think that is young.
Yeah, I think.
No, I'm saying that for all, because I know a bunch of Gen Zers who are like, that's old! That's my grandpa's age! I was just saying that so they could understand.
67 is not old.
It's the new 30. Okay.
Yeah, what a sweet... You know who loves him?
Who?
Loved my mom. She would send us
That's why
his
she's
videos and TikToks.
She's P-Flag.
Oh yeah, she loved Leslie Jordan.
Well, the reason I brought it up, first of all, we just need to pay tribute. Thank you, Leslie, for everything that you did. Truly one of the first
should we have a moment
out loud gay representation
Yes.
for a lot of people.
Should we have a moment of gay silence?
Yeah. Gay silence over. But when he died, Lisa Rinna posted on her Instagram a old TikTok duet of her dancing. Either it was her dancing to Leslie Jordan dancing to something or him dancing to her. But I just love that she's like, gone too soon. Here's me dancing in my room next to a video of him dancing in his room. I just see that can't be evil.
I don't think she's evil. I think she tried to produce herself into entertainment.
You're so mad.
Oh, you're so angry.
You're so angry.
Denise! What the fuck she did to Denise?
Okay, but Denise lied, number one. Denise made her own bed.
Denise did not lie.
She did lie. Bravo, 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 bravo. Bravo, bravo,
She
fucking
wanted
bravo.
to keep something private off of the screen, which is her prerogative. That's where she made her mistake. Once it came up that she was sleeping around, she should have just been like, yeah, so what? It's none of your all's business, and I'd appreciate you not talking about it on camera. That's what she should have done.
Right, so you agree that she made a mistake.
No.
You just said what she should have done.
Lisa?
You said what she should have done.
Pounded it into the ground and would never let it go.
Ooh, you're so angry.
I'm never going. What she did?
I want everyone right now. She's not on Twitter right now. Everyone.
No,
tweet
stop.
at her that gif of Lisa Rinna going, ooh, you're so angry.
You know they're going to.
So when she gets back on Twitter, it's all Lisa Rinna.
Okay, I have a better idea. Do that, but do it in Venmo and just type it in the memo and then just put anywhere from 1, 5, 10,
Yeah.
like you're tipping.
If you want to make her really mad, send over $10.
I hate.
My God.
Oh, and
$100?
I hate odd numbers. I hate odd numbers.
Oh my God, she hates them.
17, 18, I hate odd.
18 is even.
8 is kind of odd though.
It's kind of weird looking.
Anything.
It's like same on the bottom, same on the top.
Yeah.
So let's go to the UK.
I'm sorry I derailed us so hard.
No, listen, your love of television is a huge reason people watch this show.
No, that's so sweet.
No.
I'll keep it on. I'll do it on TikTok. I'll do it on TikTok.
No, people love it. People love it.
I'll do it on
People love
TikTok.
it. I'm gonna leave some of it. I'm gonna leave parts of it in. Today we had one of our infamous IMHO film days. So we already filmed. We took a dinner break and then we watched Drag Race UK because it came out today. We are coming fresh off of viewing.
We have just watched it.
Fresh off.
We didn't take notes. We didn't take pictures. It's still in our gullets.
Like that therapist I went to see with Curtis, and he was like, I know what you've seen of therapists on TV where they take notes. I don't work that way. I like to take it all in and listen. I was like, sit backwards in your chair already. You're a very cool teacher.
You ever seen Pete's Dragon?
You know what? I haven't.
You haven't?
Mm-mm.
I feel like
Isn't that
you would have
weird?
loved it.
No,
as a
I know I
kid.
would have, yeah.
Oh, we gotta watch it. We'll watch it. There's a snake oil salesman.
There's a snake in my boot.
There's a snake oil salesman in this town coming at the end, and the town is called Passamaquoddy, and he doesn't know how to say it, so it's like
Passamaquoddy.
Yeah, and he
Isn't
tries to sell snake oil, and then Pete's like, "Well, I got this dragon."
And he kills the dragon and sells his oil?
Well, this is so fun. This is what's so funny about old-timey movies, black and white movies.
Sure. It's not in black and white.
No, here's what's so funny about it is the dragon can be invisible. So it's invisible almost the whole film. Except for like 2 scenes and it's a cartoon. Nice. But there's a lot of times where they like cover a tarp over it or...
To quote Clay Aiken, if I were invisible, speaking of, the other night, Curtis said that he had never seen Beetlejuice.
Woo!
And growing up, I watched the cartoon. I've seen every episode, because it came on before school. It was on at like 6 a.m. And so we'd always watch Beetlejuice in the morning, the cartoon. Now, in the cartoon, Lydia, Beetlejuice, best friends.
They're kind of the original Rick and Morty.
100%. 100%. 100%. Yes. Because he's the Rick. He's the one that like takes her into all these weird
He's crazy and
100%.
Hey!
You're blowing my mind. That, after everything you said that was so wrong about Lisa Rinna, for you to be so right, wow.
Lisa Rinna is technically the Beetlejuice of the Housewives.
Beetlejuice.
You
Show
say
up,
her
baby.
name. You say her name 3 times.
And she'll make
your lips
everything
blow
right.
up.
Leave her. I love her lips. Shut up. Okay.
I do too.
So I was like, oh yeah. I mean, I'm sure I saw Beetlejuice growing up. Of course, it's all just out in the world. You know, like I've seen every scene on TikTok, on Twitter.
It was a little scary.
Well, I have to say, rewatching it, I didn't realize how little Lydia and Beetlejuice actually interacted in the movie. They never become friends. They are, in fact,
she won't say his name.
Enemies. She's really friends with Gina Davis and Alec Baldwin, and she's trying to help them, not help Beetlejuice. And they're just really not on the screen a lot.
The chokehold Gina Davis had on my tiny little heart. We're talking
everything.
League of Their Own.
Yeah.
We're talking Thelma and Louise, but I wasn't really hip to whatever was in that.
Remember when she was the president?
No, I didn't watch that.
No, in real life. Right after the towers fell, they were so worried. They wanted to keep everyone safe.
So they picked someone equally as tall as the towers to
watch over.
You remember a little movie called Cutthroat Island, where she was a lady pirate?
No.
It came out in Christmas, and I got my whole family to go see it. We saw like a 9 o'clock showing, and I was really tired, so I fell asleep.
Oh. So not some of her best work. Well, I love Gina Davis. I saw on TikTok the other day, very young, because she has a new memoir out. Out now. Available now.
Memoirs of a Gina.
She said that her name is spelled Geena instead of Gina. She thought it was because her mom made a mistake and then was embarrassed and just left it. But she asked her mom about it, like, in the recent past, and her mom said, no, I knew 1,000 Ginas, but I didn't want to spell your name like vagina. She was like, I was afraid people would make fun of it because it looked too much like vagina.
Isn't that sweet?
Isn't that sweet? So anyway, so she's Gina with 2 E's. I love Gina Davis. And she just won like an Emmy or a Golden Globe for like all of her work in creating equality for women in the film industry.
Lovely.
And she had some work done a while ago that didn't look so great. She got it fixed. Because recently, she's back to the classic Gina.
Oh, I saw her in a TikTok this very day.
Gorgeous.
Talking about Bill Murray yelling at her. Or whatever.
What?
I guess Bill Murray yelled at her on her first day of a job when she was she was an adult woman. And she was so scared. She's very tall.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
She was so scared. But then the next day, he picked someone else, and she kind of noticed, like, oh, he's the common denominator. And she was like, I hope I get the chance for you to yell at me again, because now I know how to react to it. And he goes, well, you've been behaving yourself, so I won't have to.
Gross.
Men should not.
Men should weep. Curtis did a show called Men Should Weep. It was from the 1940s. It was 3 hours, and it was all in Irish.
I did an Irish movie for your stage.
Was it Men Should Weep?
No, but it was called The Cripple of Inishmaan.
No, that does sound Irish.
By
so
Martin
sad.
McDonagh, the guy he does the Bruges and all that.
Okay, anyway, speaking of Italians, that is perfect. Because we got a lot of hilarious, not Italian, Irish. Why did I say Italian?
Because Gina Davis.
Oh. Speaking of Irish...
Because we just had Mexican food, and we're talking about the UK.
Oh, yeah, that was the other thing we forgot to tell you, is that we did have a lot of Mexican food, and I am feeling very sleepy, but...
So if you smell anything...
If we fart...
You're welcome.
Irish people are in this. We have a lot of Irish jokes in this particular episode, because...
We have the patron saint of Irish people, which is Saint Patrice.
Saint Patricia. Ladies and gentlemen, we have... Snatch Game!
Can we say it again at the same time? Because I put the in front of it.
Oh.
I put the in front of it.
Okay,
Can we just do Snatch Game?
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen.
What? No, I want it. Because you're going to have to cut it together. I want it to be the same energy as what you had.
What did I have?
It was a little up. It was like up.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to your phone screen. Snatch Game! Was that about the same? Did that match?
Are the embodiment of the three bears in Goldilocks and the Three Bears.
I'm all three?
You're either up here or down here. And you're never in the middle.
I'm never mother.
You're mother and baby, or whatever.
I'm father and baby.
You're daddy and mommy bear.
I'm daddy and son. Do you hear that? Is that your phone vibrating? Remember when you thought of playing was your phone? Okay, let's get to it.
Do you feel the ground shaking though? Do you feel it shaking?
Is that a helicopter?
Is that a helicopter?
Police helicopter.
Is it landing on your roof?
No, but you know how LA?
Yeah, in Chicago, cop car every street. A cab. Here, choppers.
They're all in helicopters.
Choppers.
They don't have
everywhere.
enough cars. They have too many helicopters.
It's a snatch game.
It is a snatch game, and let's just get into it.
We just have to get into it because
to discuss.
Yeah, I want to go by. Can we go down and do runway and snatch?
Yes, I would love that.
Okay,
I would absolutely
let's just
love that.
start. Let's start with John Burrs. John Burrs was going to do something else, so RuPaul said, "Why don't you do this made-up character that doesn't exist?"
I just made up.
And John Burrs
goes,
was like,
"Yes."
Yes, which I do think was the better choice because whatever she was doing in the workroom wasn't connecting to me.
Inya. You know, Inya lives in a castle. Inya's like, she's super rich. Like,
she sings one of my favorite songs from The Lord of the Rings. May it be that evening falls.
I'm sorry, Inya just entered the chat.
I want to live in a castle.
There is a castle in Ireland, Inya lives there right now. But when she dies, you can probably move in until they make you move back out.
That was good!
Thank you.
Oh.
Thank you. I am the American Inya.
John Burrs was Patty. She looked great.
She looked great. That hair color.
She was funny.
Yeah. The hair color, everything worked for her. I love taking RuPaul's very clear instructions to stop what you're doing and do something else.
Yeah.
I love when people take that seriously and it works out.
Her pink runway. Now, once it was out and revealed, I didn't hate it, but
Michelle said she looked like a prolapse coming down, and I have to agree. Listen, we have seen so many reveals.
I thought you were going to say we have seen so many prolapses.
Well, that as well. I mean, I don't know what your search history's like, but I like to know the facts.
Oh, I just take a hand mirror and go.
Yeah, that's true. We cannot see it coming. At the very least. So when you walk out and we could see the feathers, which is a huge part of the reveal, kind of sticking out, it was just weird.
Honestly, all she needed to do was hold this part up with her hand and then have a burlesque fan out like this. Have the fan be up like this and her little face over, and then to move the fan, and now you're all just feathers. That would have been more effective.
Yeah, instead she was just kind of holding on to
Instead,
it
she looked like a diva cup.
Lead, baby.
But I liked the wig. I liked the wig a lot.
Oh, yeah. I did like the wig. Rue, listen. Baby girl.
Okay, I've been thinking about this.
What?
Say what you're going to say, and then I'm going to say what I'm going to say.
That's exactly what would have happened. You just let me get talking.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry.
Okay. Anyway. Rue. Girl, I love you. And you looked beautiful tonight, Rue. That dress.
Oh, she did look so gorgeous.
Bomb. You looked amazing. Stop talking about John Burr's face in a way that makes the cameraman, close up on her. It's like last week she was like, your lips look bigger, which they didn't. And they zoomed in on her makeup. And it was like, ugh, because makeup's not her strong suit, and that's okay.
Yeah, we're used to getting those close-ups for good makeup.
Right. Like they closed up on Sminty every time she talked, right?
Yeah.
This is just... What? Then this week, she was like, and your makeup is looking gorgeous. And they closed up again. And I was like, don't say that.
I think what she's doing...
Don't say that to her.
I think what she's doing is positive... She's trying out positive reinforcement. Saying, hey, your makeup is getting better. I like where it's going. Keep going.
I thought her makeup looked good in the Snatch Game.
Yeah.
I liked it. I thought she looked great.
I liked it too. I think she's got a really beautiful face for drag.
She really does.
And I'm jealous of everything about her, but looks wise.
You're beautiful.
I didn't say I wasn't beautiful.
Oh. That's how I immediately took it that way. That's weird.
But I agree with you. Beside her was Black Peppa as Lil Nas X. Looks down.
Looked so good.
Yeah.
Loved it.
They looked amazing. There wasn't much there.
Yeah, that was tough. Well, she kind of went in defeated. Like, she kind of, before she was like, I'm not funny.
I don't think
funny.
she had anyone help her. Like,
No.
outside. Like,
yeah.
Because if I know comedy is not my strong suit, but I know I'm gonna have to, like, hopefully have to do it, I'm calling everyone that I know that's funny to saying, just give me things to say.
Well, that is, I mean, insider trading, that is how most...
A lot of people do.
American girls do it. Like, when Denali went on, Chan was one of the people in her, like, Snatch
Allegedly.
Oh.
We cannot confirm nor deny.
I confirm. And I've helped people with their audition tapes with their Snatch Game. They'll, like, ask me to write a few jokes. Like, it's pretty common, even for people who are naturally funny. It's just like what Rue said, you have to have a specific point of view. And sometimes you need someone to help with... What?
You helped people with their audition tapes.
Mm-hmm.
So, when I auditioned, and I asked
When?
if you could help me with
When
my
did you
audition
audition
tape.
last? When?
Oh, I'm doing it.
Oh, okay. Oh, I was helping someone who believed in themselves. You know, how are you going to believe in someone else if you can't believe yourself? Can you say amen? So I helped them. Where's this bit going? Now, her runway was interesting.
Okay, the runway was
Cute, funky.
tickled pink.
Cute and funky.
And she didn't have much pink that I could... Oh, I think what
She had the
what it
Marge
was...
Simpson.
Well, but I think what it was the pants and the not red part of the checkerboard bolero were a very, very light pink. So I didn't think it showed up well on camera.
Oh.
But inside the Marge Simpson pink she had pink candy floss, which was so cute. Maybe
which
like all of it.
we call cotton candy
Yeah.
here in the States. When Michelle screamed
Candy floss.
I was like, we get it, you're British.
We get it.
Okay,
You've
Madonna.
spent some time in Britain.
Thank you
I thought
for saying
it was
that.
3 different worlds.
I'm gonna say to you, thank you for saying that, because I don't see light colors of pink and red. So I thought it was all
Let me tell
white.
you, I thought it was white. But I just think, I think that's how she got around. Because she even said, I hate the color pink.
We could tell.
Yeah, I think it was 3 different worlds. And I think she got
Overall-
saved because she's amazing and there was cotton candy in there.
Overall, I had fun watching it because it was so bizarre.
Well, because we love Black Peppa. And
was-
she's always going to turn a
Right.
runway.
But did it scream pink runway? Not exactly.
No, I wouldn't have known.
Then sitting next to her was Dakota as Pete Burns. Pleasantly
Dakota!
surprised. Pleasantly
She
surprised.
did so good!
Why is Dakota the star of this season? I feel like she is a front runner that none of us thought was going to front run. Right?
Well, once we lifted the veil of we're jealous of her beauty and youth,
I still have part of that veil on. Go ahead.
we could see that, like,
She's
oh,
good.
she's not just a young little look queen.
She's
She's got
funny.
something going on there.
I adore her.
She was so funny.
I thought it was really great, and it's a little intimidating. Rue knew Pete Burns, and so
Yeah.
to do someone that Rue knew in real life and to continue to make jokes about I'm dead, that was pretty brave to do. I thought it was great. I thought she was fantastic.
Yeah.
Speaking of great and fantastic, her runway.
Oh, stunning. Stunning. Absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, there's no...
I don't
no notes.
understand how that wig was done. I loved it.
It was all...
It was very
Fucking
beautiful. And
beautiful,
she's just so
gorgeous.
beautiful.
Yeah.
But I loved it. I loved the shoe. I loved the detail of the shoe. The shoe not being pink, but with the pink bow on it made me really happy. Or
she's
maybe it was the
really
other way
pretty.
around. I don't know. And on the end of that first row was Pixie Polite as Dame Shirley Bassey. Diamonds are forever.
If you've never seen Dame Shirley Bassey, and I mean like current Dame Shirley Bassey, not like 60s. I mean, 60s is great, but she's fantastic. She is. Stop putting your bare feet on my things.
Sorry.
She's like that. Her voice is like a barefoot that just grabs you. No, she's great. I fucking love her. And Rue, rightfully so, in the workroom was like, Pixie, so you're doing a black woman? Which I think we all were like, a little, she's camp. I'm going to be camp. It didn't end up being camp, which was a bummer. But hey, bonus points for not doing blackface. Who would have thought in the year 2022 we'd still have to say that? But Halloween's coming up. Don't do it. So.
And don't do drag.
And stop. Literally stop. So then we get Pixie on the runway
she was a little drag race girl. A little pink version of the RuPaul opening credits drag race.
Now, one of the best
Or
I've
just
seen,
drag race in general. Yeah, it was cute.
One of the best I've seen, but we've seen that so many times. I never want to see another drag race costume.
You know what I don't want to see for a good long while, or do, is a Winifred Sanderson.
They're everywhere.
Up top was Danny Beards as Cilla Black. Now, Danny was going to do someone else. Rue thought he was Cilla Black, and then he ended up changing to that character.
Which was a blessing and a curse.
Yeah,
because,
a blurse.
Which is what curse sounds like with those teeth in her mouth. Because we couldn't understand a goddamn word she said. Which I think worked out in the end.
I think that
I
was
don't think
funny.
She was saying a lot of funny stuff. Danny Beard's so funny. She didn't look comfortable in this particular arena. I think she really had her sights set on that particular character. And I think having to change it like that, with all that emotion surrounding it, I think she never really got out of her head. But it's good, because she put in those giant teeth, and we didn't understand her, and Rue said, funny enough, for me.
Her runway was a beautifully tailored pink skirt suit with a beautiful wig. I loved the makeup. I thought it was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. I know she's tired of seeing this on the internet. The silhouette. Really, the only thing that was different about this was that it was a little longer on the bottom. I know they don't get the order of the runways. I know that, like, perhaps she does have some other stuff like she did last week, other big kind of stuff, but I go
back and forth because I do like a variety.
But you also like a brand.
But I think her body is stunning. The way she pads and corsets to make that shape is absolutely gorgeous.
I agree.
And last week she gave us one of the best drag race runways in the history. So yeah, I go back and forth. I'm not gonna come down on either side yet. I'm gonna save my come for later. Then we had La Phil. They were Marie Kondo. I wish it would have gone with Posh. What is this about La Phil doing on tour with Posh and Mel?
What was that?
One of the Mels. Did we miss that?
They were like, yeah, I do Posh when I go on tour with Mel C. I don't know. Can we get confirmation from the judges?
The judges?
Leave in the comments below. Marie Kondo, who I adore, truly did change.
Did not strike
my
joy.
Life. Did not spark joy. You got this character that's really quiet and doesn't have a lot of like point of view personality. You gotta turn some crazy on. You gotta.
Well, what I liked when he was explaining it in the workroom, she doesn't speak a lot of English because she's like, fuck you, I don't have to learn.
Yeah.
So I thought, oh, that could be interesting. The idea of just not understanding anything anyone says and not caring. But then the earpiece, I don't think that was the right choice because the earpiece thing was like, oh, you have a translator now, so you can understand.
I don't know.
I thought there was comedy to be explored in the other option.
As I was watching it, I could not think, how would you make Marie Kondo funny?
Okay, I think not paying attention at all and just folding shit. Just folding shit the entire time.
That's what I was going to say. She just needs to be folding and organizing.
Don't answer in English. And then when someone like besides you has an answer, touch the thing and go, this didn't spark joy.
Or when someone's holding up their answer, they've already given it, take the card and start folding it.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
I thought it was a good premise. We just didn't quite get there. But I love La Phil.
Adore.
And let's talk about the runway because
we got another one.
It was so good.
Another one.
I loved it.
We've already gone through tents as dresses on the Drag Race Philippines finale.
I don't think this was a tent. I think it was just a structure.
No, it was a tent, baby. You can't tell me that this girl from the Philippines and then this performer from the UK didn't watch season 1, episode 5 of Camp Wanakiki. Honestly, I think it's why they both started drag.
No, I did not get that idea. I did not originate that idea.
Started drag because of season 1, episode 5 of Camp Wanakiki. They're afraid to say it.
You're being so nice to me, and it's really stressing me out.
Well, no. So I'm kind of making fun of you in a very, like...
roundabout way?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But the dress was
please.
great.
I loved it, and I loved Pink
loved
Umbrella.
the umbrella.
And I loved her hair. I loved the like ribbons.
It was all great.
Ribbons down my back this pink summer. Cheddar gorgeous.
What a disappointment. Not funny at all.
Wow.
Ugly.
The look was nothing close to what she looked like.
Who was that? Queen who? JK, she was incredible.
She was amazing.
Cheddar delivered.
She delivered, I'll echo the judges, historical comedy, telling us things that we didn't know, but making us laugh. Her laugh. Yeah, her laugh.
Fantastic.
Sent us every time.
And then she'd go into like her deep voice and be like, if you ever cross me, I'll kill you. And
that's
then she'd go,
well, that's called levels.
Her teeth were black.
That's like, levels.
It was so, and the costume was great. The wig sitting back as far as it did was great. It was just, she knocked it out of the park.
Yeah.
And right after we lost the second Elizabeth, it's just nice that we're keeping them all in our minds.
Oh, she was the first, huh?
Yeah.
They had a lot of time in between the two. Every time you're a king or a queen, you have to pick one of the names.
Charles is like,
I think Charles is already.
He's the third. We've had two King Charles.
King Charles Spaniels?
Yeah. Speaking of Curtis's parents, they have King Charles Spaniels, and one of them died this week.
When will enough be enough?
Oh, no. This year it's bad. It's really bad.
For all the queens that we've lost, now we're losing King Charles Spaniels.
Do you know who I'm really nervous about losing? This occurred to me today. And
Liza?
I was like, no. Liza's already gone. I'm surprised she's still here. I would be honestly relieved if she went. Like, she's lived such a long life. I just want her to rest.
Yeah. Mama.
No, I have this pit in my stomach of the idea of Julie Andrews going.
No.
There's just, we've lost so many icons.
Absolutely not.
And royal, like she's royal.
We have like 5 more seasons of Bridgerton to go through. We're not losing her anytime soon.
Oh, that's true.
She's contractually obligated
to stay alive.
She was floating. Do you know she was surfing down those stairs in Princess Diaries too on that mattress?
Bitch, I love that.
That was really her.
And Raven-Symoné was singing the whole time. I love Raven's voice, I have to say. Of
all
the Disney stars who had to make music for Disney, I don't think they used Raven enough.
Yeah.
Then we take it to the runway for one of the quietest runway.
Yeah. Another incredibly meaningful moment from Cheddar Gorgeous. She is not just tickled pink. She is bringing some gravitas to this runway with the pink triangle.
Silence equals death. She brought it up in the workroom, like as she was doing her makeup, she was talking about it. And, I've said it before, I'll say it again. I'm the same age as Cheddar.
Yeah,
and
I'm quite a bit younger.
Not really, though. Not really,
though. But it's UK, so the numbers
the time
are different
difference.
there.
Yeah, you are plus 8 hours, I guess. But it's strange because adults that lived through or survived, I don't even know what I'm saying. Hang on.
When you're of a certain age like us.
When you're of a certain age, things really start to make sense. No, but like adults who lived through the AIDS crisis, they lost friends. It was a very tangible, they were there. It was a very scary thing they lived through. For me, someone who was born at the beginning of the AIDS crisis and grew up during the AIDS crisis, and my identity, starting to realize my identity as a gay person, truly I felt the exact same way Cheddar did. I associated my desires and my life when I was kind of forced out to my dad. The first thing he said was, don't get AIDS. I don't care. I want you to be happy. Don't get AIDS.
My dad did the same thing.
And that was like 2003. It wasn't that far removed. I really identified with Cheddar when she was saying that her identity is oftentimes, growing up was wrapped up in the AIDS crisis, even though we weren't living in it per se.
Yeah.
And that's why the freedom she spoke of when she took PrEP for the first time, the way she was able to separate sex and enjoyment from threat of harm.
You kind of take advantage, like we surround ourselves with people where it's common knowledge, but it might not be common knowledge, like undetectable people cannot transmit HIV.
Yeah.
And the stigma, we need to get rid of it.
Absolutely. It's so exciting to see more people living out loud with HIV. You know, I feel like in the past few years on social media, I see more people talking about specifically their status. So I love that people are getting more comfortable to talk about it, because truly that's such a brave, especially for people our age, scary kind of thing to do, given the stigma and everything surrounding it as we grew up. Yeah. So I was truly touched by her.
Really touched.
By her look. And it was incredible, as always.
Yeah. This was an incredible episode for her.
Oh, yeah. It's a cheddar gorgeous.
And just really solidified, like, oh, she not only deserves to be here, she's excelling.
Even when she took the triangle out of her mouth, she had still had a triangle drawn on her mouth. Like, details. She is a detail-oriented lady. So, unsurprisingly, Cheddar Gorgeous is the winner this week.
Yes, she's taking home the cheese.
She won Snatch Game.
She won Snatch Game. She excelled so hard. Congratulations to Cheddar
We're
Gorgeous.
so proud of you, and we love your cheeses and everything. So that means, unfortunately, we have a bottom two. It's a bottom two that I am not thrilled about.
No, but we did see it coming. It is LaPhil and Black. I had a hiccup. It is LaPhil and Black Peppa.
Mm-hmm. I didn't want to see either of them go.
No. And I also was curious as to how this lip sync was going to go, because both of them had rather cumbersome outfits. Mm-hmm. And we know Black Peppa can deliver.
Can I say this?
Please.
Can I say this without judgment?
It's your show.
Okay.
It's your opinion.
Can I say this? Can I say this, though? It was an odd lip sync. It was odd to watch. They both gave it their all, but they both...
I'm so sorry. I've been up for a really long time, and I was up last night till 4 a.m. watching Gilmore Girls.
And whose fault is that?
It's not yours. I'm just explaining to you why I yawned. I find you very compelling.
They were both giving it a lot, but it seemed to be to two different songs. Like, I couldn't take my eyes off LaPhil. Like, when she was taking her tent off and doing all of that.
LaPhil started off so strong.
And then started to kind of fall apart.
Because
she
was
did the
trying
bit
to
with her shoes and the rose petals falling out of her shoes. And Black Peppa started off weak and then got stronger because she started just throwing her body all over the stage, which was obviously incredible. And
she spewed out some, I don't know what those were.
Something out of her head that, like, just, you couldn't really see.
Pickup sticks?
I don't know, but it just didn't really work for either of them.
And it wasn't towards the camera.
Yeah, so that each time, like, each time we'd start to see a flip, or each time we'd see, like, LaPhil take something else out of her ass, it was all just like, where did that come from? Why are we doing this now? Like, it just looked like they just made that decision right then and there.
But did you notice when Black Peppa did the split, they did a music thing?
Yeah, they did a boom.
They don't do that every time.
No, that was to, like, show us that Black Peppa's staying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which, I'm thrilled.
I'm thrilled. I didn't want LaPhil to go. I wanted to see more.
I wanted to see more from LaPhil, but if I'm being honest, if I had to pick one to stay, who I really want to see to the end is Black Peppa.
I agree with you.
But hate to see LaPhil go.
Hate to see LaPhil go.
Also, thank you to everyone who let us know LaPhil's pronouns. We were blindly ignorant to it, and we just thank you for keeping us straight. Well, as straight as you can. Anyway, LaPhil in drag is he, they.
I didn't know that.
It's so exciting to learn.
And if you were LaPhil, you'd turn it around.
And around. Pulling stuff out your butt and going
on the ground.
So goodbye, LaPhil. We love you, and we'll see you next time. So, next week, no LaPhil, but more us. If you would like to see more, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and of course the bell notification.
Go to patreon.com/IMHOtheSHOw to get to our Patreon.
We're also both on Cameo, so all you have to do is go to Cameo and search our names, and we're right there.
You don't want a single shot of us? You want a double team? Mm-hmm. Get a Cameo at IMHOtheSHOw.com.
It's like a little episode. You're going to love it.
Yes.
All right, we will see you next week. Cheerio. Goodbye. Supercalifragil.
I told you that story of Mel B on Natalie Ware's podcast. Jessie Ware's podcast. Natalie Ware's a girl I went to high school with. Jessie Ware.
Good for her success.
Jessie Ware's she was so pretty. Jessie Ware's podcast. Mel B said that she has a fainting goat, and she loves it because she'll just look out the window. She'll just just look out the window and go, ah! And then the goat will go, and fall over to the side. And she'll laugh and laugh.
On one of my,
I don't know if that's okay, but...
Probably not, but on one of my unusual memes, one of my favorite things to do is watch unusual memes compilations on YouTube.
Oh, we do it all the time.
Well, I watched one yesterday where there was, okay, it was like obviously like an old country house or something, and there was like a giant circular grass area, and the rest was like a driveway and went around the grass area. So there was like 6 or 7 goats, like little tiny goats in the grass area, and then a UPS truck, and it drove by, and then right when it got right past the goats, like when you could see them again from the camera, it hit a rock or something and made a loud noise, and all the goats fell over.
Why
which
do we
is sad. Which is
That's sad.
Because we love to see people fall, and goats included.
But I think for the goats, it is like a defense mechanism, right?
Oh yeah, 100%. Okay, so one of the winners of Top Chef, she has a few restaurants in Chicago. The Girl
And she
and the
serves goat?
Yeah, it's called The Girl and the Goat. It's like her original restaurant. And then there's another one that's like Girl and the Goat Cafe and whatever. Anyway, when Curtis and I first started dating, he's foodie. I went to a Girl and the Goat dinner, and I have to say I had a wonderful time. It's really good. Went to the diner a couple times, really good. And then when I gave up cow and pig, I also gave up anything else that was kind of cute. So I gave up goat. And I had the cutest little like cup, okay? It was like this, but it had a little cartoon goat on it. But it was like the cartoon of a goat that she killed and served for food.
No.
So I did have to throw the cup away.
You didn't have to throw the cup away.
Every time I was going for a drink, all I would see was complicit.
You know how many goats I eat inside your house?
And I robbed her. Personally robbed her. So I took back the money for the cup.
Have I ever stolen anything from anybody?
Don't admit it right here.
Patreon. Okay. Yeah, you're right. When I was in college. No, I'm not going to say.
Girl, I have such a guilty conscience. I can never do anything wrong. Okay? I talk a big shit, eat my shit game. Is that what it's called? But I can't break a rule. It will eat me alive.
We were just saying earlier.
Eat me alive.
We could never, even if we had like a burner account, shit post or comment negativity I would feel so like a piece of sad trash.
Yeah, the saddest of trashes.
I would feel like such a sad piece of shit.
It's just, put out what you want to see in the world. Put out what you want to get back.
If you wouldn't say it to if you wouldn't say it to your mother or your daughter.
It's not what we kind of do here on this show, though.
But we don't say mean things. That was before when I was an intern, but now that I'm full time, we don't do that.
Us nicer. I don't say anything too mean. And if I do say something mean, I immediately follow it with, but what do I know? I'm a piece of shit. So.
Ba 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 ba.
Okay, bye.